Welcome back to Houston Live on this beautiful day. We have taken a drive down to College Station. We're at the George Bush Museum and Library here. And you know what's crazy, ladies, is that I have never been on campus to this library and museum. Dawn, thanks for having us today.
Okay, we're so glad you're here. Thanks for coming, even on a day like today.
Hey, we're a pleasure to get out of the office any day.
Good.
Thank you for having us. But I want to talk about the exhibit that we're in right now. It just opened up, and if you are a fan of music, this is absolutely a spot you need to come and check out.
Well, we've been excited about this for a while. So this is Music America. This exhibit's going to be open through January 2026, the beginning of January. So there's plenty of time to come and see it. There's so many things to see, so much to learn about American music here.
And I mean, this is incredible because, Amy, you guys have many artifacts that were actually used and worn by some of our favorite musicians.
Yeah, we have almost 100 artifacts in this exhibit.
Yeah.
So there is something for everybody here. From the earliest days of, American music all the way through current modern artists.
I love that a lot of it is associated with some of these iconic pieces that you guys have in this exhibit, which again is here through January of next year. But I'm standing in front of one of the earliest pieces. So what I want to do is kind of walk our viewers. Once they step in, you're really truly taking a step back in time, and you're starting with some of the very first pieces.
Yeah, this is an opera dress, with the whole setup. It's beautiful.
And about what year can we say that this began?
I think this is in the 1800s.
Okay.
I want to say around 1880, maybe.
And it's truly impressive that we are still looking at it in such wonderful shape here, because we learn about a lot of these things maybe in class and music class over the years, but you don't get to put the visuals with it until you step into a place like this.
Exactly, yeah, and being able to look at these things with your own eyes is completely different than seeing them in pictures or or even on TV.
It truly brings them to life.
It does.
Okay, so we're gonna walk, because I want you guys to know when you walk in, there is so much to see here. I mean, you should plan for a full day. Some of the earliest instruments, but I want to show people, like even to the 20s right here, we've got the flapper dress.
Yeah, we've got the flapper dress, the flappers of the 20s, and this is a perfect
It's in perfect mint condition.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Looking at this, it makes me think of my granny, and she had this, but hers weren't in that good a condition.
No, neither were my Halloween costumes, Amy. So I want us to come this way. Just along each of the walls, I do love that you have bits of information that we can read about. So let's say you're not familiar with what was popular in the 1930s and the 20s and beyond, but you've got these pieces of information that really explain what they are. And even this Ella Fitzgerald case.
Yeah, well, this is Billie Holiday.
I'm sorry, Billie Holiday. I'm reading the name.
That's right. And she's got, we've got her stole and her lost passport. These are just a couple of the things that were left when she passed away. She really didn't have a whole lot.
This is great.
But it's really interesting to see these things that were theirs.
And they actually existed.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Dawn, come on over here. We're looking at an entire case of guitars, but these are guitars from, I know people are going to be recognizing these.
The one that I was really excited about is Lucille from Baby King.
Yes.
I mean, how could you not want to see that? And then right next to it is Frank Sinatra's ukulele, which frankly I didn't think of as something that would be around or available.
Hello, the iconic bow tie.
And the bow tie. You're absolutely right. You're really, and it's just amazing to be able to see these and think about the music history and the people that wore them and used them. It's lovely.
Like I said, a lot of these artists were before my generation even, so I can learn about them, I can hear about them, and even watch previous concert footage, but to see some bits of their articles of clothing and their instruments is crazy. And one more thing I want to get to before we wrap this portion up is, Dawn, these are boots worn by Gene Autry. These are cowboy boots, and if people didn't know, if you ladies didn't know, he was the very first performer at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo in 1932, and to kind of be able to see something of his is incredible.
So I didn't know that he was the first performer, so thanks for sharing that with me.
Of course.
But, again, this is country music history and American music history, and we're just so excited to be able to share it. And look at how intricate those are.
They definitely look worn in, for sure.
Amazing, yeah.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. Don't y'all go anywhere, because we've only gotten through the 19s, 20s, 30s. We have so much more to see, so much more to see.
So much more. And things you'll recognize, things you'll remember from your youth.
From your youth. All right, Derek and Tessa, back to you guys for now.
All right, Gene Autry's cowboy boots, that's pretty cool.
They are still in style, go figure.
Yeah, quite a collection. All right, thanks, Lauren.
very short drive up to College Station. You guys have to come out here and check this out. We're at the George Bush Presidential Library and Museum for a brand new music exhibit. And Dawn and Amy, thank you for showing this to me. Music is in my blood. I come from a music background, and to see some of these artifacts is just fascinating. And they're in such good shape too.
They are, yeah. It's amazing to see these things come to life. We've got Stevie Ray Vaughan's and his brother's guitar.
Okay, so
They're
we
in great shape.
No, but I mean, think of how long ago and how hard Stevie Ray played this guitar, right?
Quite obvious how hard it was played.
So really, when you step in, Dawn, you're stepping in at the beginning, from the very start of music, American music, and then you kind of make your way throughout the decades.
Sure, and so the point of the exhibit is to show you the evolution of American music from its early colonial time through our modern music genres.
And not only the costumes that some of these artists wore, but the instruments, you can really see how they have come along the way throughout the years. Like, we were looking at some of these that look completely beat up, but they probably didn't have multiples to play. They played on their one professional guitar they took with them.
Right, so I really love Dizzy Gillespie's horn over here, and then right in the next case is Pete Seeger's banjo.
Oh my goodness.
And you know, we just watched that movie about Bob Dylan, and so to see this, you know, 2 weeks after watching the Bob Dylan movie is fantastic.
It really puts it in perspective, because you realize these were these artists' instruments.
Absolutely.
And I know people are going to recognize this one right here. Come on over here and check this out. This is an actual Elvis jumpsuit right there, right? And then we're looking at Nancy Sinatra.
Dress, and I really love the Village People costume as well. And actually the Elvis Presley jumpsuit is over the moon. I am over the moon about it.
I mean, look at the rhinestones on that thing. Well, let's keep walking, because you have so many different artifacts set up here. And I know we're talking about American music, but we also have a little bit of the Beatles, because we can't not mention them.
Can't miss the Beatles.
Okay.
I mean, that's part of American music too, right?
Absolutely.
They changed our trajectory.
Yeah, so we're stepping in here to the 80s, 90s, and more. Now, I want to come over here, because these are absolutely some iconic pieces that I know our viewers are going to recognize.
Everybody's going to recognize this.
Oh yeah. Come on, Amy, tell us who they are.
Prince, of course, Madonna. We've got so many different things in here. Carlos Santana's guitar.
Hey, we just had Carlos Santana on the show, so think about how long he's been playing.
Wow, yeah, I mean, he's been playing since the 60s.
Pretty amazing.
At least, publicly.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised that this Madonna outfit has lasted as long as it has, because, I mean...
It's just netting, really.
There's
not much to it.
There's not much to it. Okay. Ladies, thank you so much for sharing with us some of these incredible artifacts. Where can people go to get tickets to come and check this out?
Sure, so the ticket price includes entry to our permanent exhibit as well as this temporary exhibit, and you can go to bush41.org to buy online tickets or come in the front door. We're always here.
Sounds great. Thank you so much. Amy, can I play that drum set over there, or is it really not?
I don't think so. That's Max Weinberg's drum set. He was Bruce Springsteen's drummer, and then he was actually on the Tonight Show after that. So
well, I'm going to get out of here before I get in big trouble and get kicked out.
Please don't play the drum set.
Derek and Tessa, back to you guys in Studio B.
I recognize that Madonna dress.
Oh, yeah. That's the Like a Virgin
The Like a Virgin
one.
dress. She wore it on the cover.
And it was basically just netting. Lord, don't touch the drum set. Yeah, you could
Don't
just
touch
spend
anything.
all day in there. That is amazing.
By the way, Music America is now on view at the George H.W. Bush Presidential Library and Museum through January of next year. Admission is just $12 for adults, $5 for kids, and free for children ages 5 and under. More info can be found on our website, HoustonLife.tv.